doing? It's a fun Thursday. We're about to see some football, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't got to cast Madden in a long time, and I'm glad to do it right here today.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. And of course, we are so excited for you guys to be with us here on the Play Versus channel. And of course, we got to be able to thank them and hype them up because there's more of that forthcoming. Are you ready to get in on the action? Enrollment for the fall 2023 season is now open. Discover the opportunities that Play Versus offers and get all the details on the upcoming fall season at playversus.com. Don't just watch, you can play. So, of course, make sure you guys enroll because you can be just like the players that we are going to be seeing today. It's going to be a heck of a matchup, and of course, this is big championship time discounts. These players got to be ready.
Absolutely. They worked their way through the bracket, and they're excited. They're in the finals. This is it. So they're definitely going to show their talent here today.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check out exactly how Championship Day is going to be all about. We got a cool video for you. Let's go ahead and clip it in.
I'm Jake Ballou. I play Madden. I'm a senior, and I go to Cabot High School. I started playing Madden when I was about like 7. I'd play Madden 12 with my dad like once or like 3 times a week-ish, and that's really what drew me to it. I've just been playing ever since I was a little kid. It was pretty cool. I've never been to anything like this, to go to an in-person event and play in front of like a bunch of people. It was really cool, and to have the people cheering me on like really motivated me to play better.
My name's Robert Forrester, coach esports team for Cabot High School, and we just got done playing the Madden championship game where our team won the state championship. The win for my player means a lot for him. He's really worked hard. He's gone all season undefeated, and to come into the championship game and continue his undefeated, and it was good for him. So he's got one more season to go, and we'll see if we can do it again. So having AAA supporting us has been pretty good. It's nice to see when we win championships to actually be recognized. So the recognition for esports has been great, and it's growing rapidly. I would have to say the most memorable will be this event, just the Madden championship game, having a player to go, with a clean sheet the whole way through the regular season and through the playoffs to end up winning it.
Winning the state championship is a pretty good feeling on the season, to see everything pay off. All the practices and all the games that we went through, to see it all pay off in the state championship is nice.
Well, for the future of my program, I'm hoping that we can continue to grow, continue to add more teams, more sports. So it's going to be fun.
Advice to someone I would give that hasn't ever played at the school, I mean, give it a shot. You might be better than you think. Honestly, when my friend told me to join, I didn't think I was going to be like really great at it because I know I just played it like casually. And I started playing it and I realized I was really good, so you might be better than you think, and you should really join it.
Well, our competitors are definitely ready today, so it's exciting to see what's going to be happening on the day. National championship time, best of 3s, and of course, competition has been happening all the way to this moment. Discounts. Our players, I mean, they've had a long pathway to be able to get to this moment. They've had to go through a lot of tough competition.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's check out the bracket now. And you see they had to work their way through this top 8 bracket. And they're here. I mean, you saw Carrollton High just got Belfry High. They beat them. And then Cabot High beat Bob Jones High in the semis. So both of them are ready to face off here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. You do have the Georgia State champion from of Jarvis, 7-1, 9-0 in playoffs, looking really stout. But if there's a player that we got to talk about, it's going to be that of Jake from Cabot High School. They're already setting themselves up for a great secondary education, trying to go over to Arkansas State University in Jonesboro, and 32 and
Yeah.
Dude's been taking care of business.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, you see that record. If I'm an opponent seeing that for the first time, that's a little intimidating, if you might say. So, I wonder what's going through their heads. But the thing is, both of these players, Jarvis and Jake, both have been, they just know how to play Madden. And, there's a reason why they're here. And we get to see that.
So back in your heyday, obviously discounts. You're like a world-renowned, with a very much acclaimed to fame Madden player from back in the day. But looking into what we got these days, what kind of really stands out to you? Because it seems like you want to bury your opponent very early, especially. There can be some chirping, there can be a little bit of fun, but like, what really kind of is that starter kit to make sure that you hold the advantage? I mean, we love football, but Madden is kind of a different game.
Yeah, Madden's a little different. I do like both of these players because they're both seniors. So it's not like they're, too immature to make these smart decisions. I got to see an interview with Jarvis before, casting this, and I think you did too. He's ready. He used to be able to pass really often, right? Now he's playing smart. He's, getting the ball on the ground, with that San Fran offense. So, yeah, it's very. I'm excited to see what strategy they have going up against each other because it is best of three. So you could figure out how to, get that game one under your belt. It's not a big deal. You'll figure them out, right?
Yeah, I mean, with any big game, be it, FPS or be it for fighting games, sports games, you still have tendencies. And, we look to football and it's kind of like trying to be both defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, coordinating literally everything under pressure and also having to manage that game clock. I mean, some players will simply fold because they did not manage the macro game when it comes to just their overall playbook. But we do have our teams going into this as well. It's going to be Jay Bello who will be playing the Packers and Jarvis will be on Buccaneers. So going to be interesting what kind of playbooks we do get out of them. Anything from that particular matchup, because you can kind of get, any kind of rosters with them that you want to go with, but anything for that really gives you any big advantage? Because I mean, Buccaneers, Brady, come on, man.
Yeah, well, and on the other side, you got Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers isn't there for this next season in real life, but he's still there on the video game right now, and he has one of the fastest releases in the game. So they will use that to their advantage. Obviously, you still got a run game with the Packers. Good defense, good corners. Jair Alexander on one side. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Jair going up against Mike Evans. So, yeah, this is two high-powered Madden teams, and exactly why they're using them.
I mean, yeah. Now, when you see kind of best of threes, and I'm sure that as we go into series play and seeing how these first two teams look, they may also pick away, not want to keep those, and obviously you get all the different numerical changes per player, and we're gonna be playing with a bit of fatigue that can happen. And I don't know how Brady continues to be the guy that he is. Dude is forever old, but just a machine.
He's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT.
I don't know. As long as pocket protection is there, should be fine. But that's a should. I've seen a lot of, especially of good players in Madden, they get that defense ramped up and they're going to try and put pressure on that pocket to even stand. But you're talking about the quick release for Rodgers. I think that we could be seeing a very up-tempo game from out of Jay Bello.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see. I want to see if he's going to just foot on the gas. Let's just see if you can stop my offense. Or maybe, hey, I don't want to show you my secret weapons, but we are here and we're finally here off kickoff. Let's get into the action.
All right, so Buccaneers, they're going to be giving the ball over to the Packers, and that one, and this also is the difference of how you start things off. If you're going to be giving it away, that means you're going to be receiving going into the second half. So it's up to for Jarvis to really kind of have a good first half, really kind of lay into Jake if they can, and be able to kind of limit their opportunities because they're going to get that ball back. And of course, we're just kind of waiting for both our teams to be kind of ready to go. Going into this moment, what kind of pressure do you have as a player? Because obviously it's a national championship. It's Arkansas native versus Georgia native. There's a lot of rivalry and kind of like college football SEC concept there. I mean, how do you keep yourself like cool in the head?
Absolutely. Well, you don't want to change anything. You are playing in the biggest moment right now. You are in the championship, but it's just another game, right? And especially since it's a best of three, hey, let's get this game one to figure out what my opponent is doing and see if I can make the adjustments a little bit faster than them. And that's when you get the edge. As soon as you figure out the how your opponent plays, maybe he's maybe running the ball every time it's a 3rd and 10, whatever, and he's been tricking your opponent the whole time. Well, you're gonna eventually jump on that. So it's kind of like a chess game, but you also have to have the reaction time too.
Yeah, this is one of those where you got to be able to find those tendencies early, and looks like they want to establish the run game early for the side of the Packers. So we're going to go to our big 1st and 10 here at the 25, quarter number 1. We're on 5-minute quarters, and already they're giving it up to Jones, who's going to go all the way out and make a huge first run. And that's really, you know, I'm a sucker for RPO. I mean, call me traditional, but I love being able to just kind of see the run really open up the pass.
Yeah, especially, and this is what Jarvis was talking about, just leaning on the run kind of early, and that's what he's going to do. If you're not going to stop me, I'm going to keep grounding and pounding because, I mean, why not, right? If it's not broke, you know, there's nothing to fix.
So that will be a great stop after a great run, and so you're seeing them maybe set up for some man early while they got the energy, but they will be dropping back, bringing up some of that secondary, recognizing that he wants to take some of this downfield space, and they will be dropping back all the way for the pass, and it's just a wide open Jones again, just making quick juke moves, and he's able to get all the way out, just close to the 30, around the 32-yard line, just able to make with the bootleg and just found him wide open.
Yeah, right now Aaron Jones is the guy to watch if you're Green Bay. If he's just the guy he's really agile. He can also run the ball, but you also got AJ Dillon in the backfield as well to watch out for, and that's who he's going to hand it off right here, get a good chunk. He's one of those guys he's going to tuck his head down and just barrel you down for an extra 5 more yards. So, and that's after the tackle.
And that's such a gut check, too, because you got a wide open. And so you're really kind of a very balanced playbook used right now coming out of Jarvis as he's spreading out the field, kind of keeping you guessing. But he will always work out of this very narrow area right out the line of scrimmage, hard running after the pass. And they're going to be able to get down to around that 17-yard line. So making quick use. Now, talk about the uptick of timing that we have for these quarters, because you get 5 minutes per, and it feels like the game just goes by so fast.
Yeah, and that's so smart right now with Jarvis. He knows how good his opponent is. Well, hey, let's just waste all the time. Let's waste this whole first quarter as you see the first time out come, because, Jake knows that's what's going to happen. Jarvis is just going to keep on, running that ball, just getting that clock, trying to expire it, and not really get Brady on the field, just like in real life.
Yeah, they're trying to take away all that inside gap. They don't want to give any chances, but still confidence is just going to swing it out wide. He's going to run all the way and bring it to the house. That'll
Absolutely.
be the first score of the day. And what a great read. He saw so much interior pressure and just brought it way wide.
Yeah, I think what Jake was expecting was that Jarvis was going to kind of do another little dump off. And he thought even if he did run the ball, he would just run it up the middle. Well, Jarvis saw that. He bounced it outside, and it was just a walk-in touchdown. That's such a good
recognition. So first possession, first stomp down the field, first campaign successful for the likes of Jay Bello. So we're going to be seeing this one turn right around, and he thinks about it for a second. He's not going to take it out of the end zone. So, all right, you're looking over at the Bucks. They're looking at just a very balanced play set coming against them. All right, if you're Brady, are you gunslinging for the majority of this? What comes out of their run package?
I would start with the run. Let's see if the Packers can stop it. But I will say, Mike Evans is the guy to watch out for on this team. The Buccaneers, you can easily high pass Mike Evans. Not many corners can cover how tall he is, how, the jump radius he has. So look for Mike Evans a lot on one-on-one, but you'll see a lot. Jair Alexander will be on him. So definitely a tough corner to go up against.
All right, so and looking for just that interior run, just like you're talking about, keeping them honest, seeing if they can be able to establish that early. It was very volatile when we got to see it out of Jake. Jake was looking like he just picked apart Jarvis that entire time. So this is going to be some of that as well. We're going to see the audible pull Evans all the way across the field, which they're going to pull him right in that mid schism into that twin setup, and that's going to be another completion. That's going to be a first down this time. So
yep.
Much the same way, just kind of just taking advantage of those tiny creases when they open up.
Right, and that's so smart because, take what the defense is going to give you. Right now, they're not going to give up the long ball. That's the first one thing you're going to look for. But watch Mike Evans in the inside. Savage is guarding him well, though. But he opens them up. He does go long, and that's who I'm talking about, Mike Evans. Great play there by Jarvis.
Wow, they just set those up on streaks, and they just forced them to kind of look interior if this would be that chess match, but nah, just send them on a long post and see if they can go catch them. If the first down check down doesn't work, then go with it. And already looking at 2. Okay, so he doesn't want to settle on just a field goal and tie this up. Wants to get that early lead.
Yeah, very aggressive right here. Let's see if it pays off, and it's not going to, as Fournette's going to be getting stuff behind the line. And yeah, I mean, that's what you ask. Like, going back to this, should you go for 2 whenever you just easily scored?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're expecting to kind of get yourself to the end zone a lot more often, then you can punish yourself. I've seen, look, I watched a lot of college ball too, and I've seen teams that they will go every single down, 4th down, you can't stop them. They just keep going no matter what. That looked very remnant of that as well. And looking just for that option, you're gonna have Rodgers trying to boot scoop Boogie. He's gonna slide out. So are we gonna get some old men trotting around a bit? You know, Rodgers is like the tiniest bit faster than Brady, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. You know, Brady's not known for that speed. I will say Rodgers at a time was, but yeah, with age, he slowed down, much like myself. You know, Aaron Jones still trying to get that ball down, but you see how such a good job he is now, just gonna try to burn some more clock.
Yeah, no, you got 36 seconds left in this first quarter. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be burning straight into this one, either being the last play or maybe one extra. They got a pretty large package, and they're just trying to drive straight up the middle. They're going to be able to get that first down. So that one may end up running it. They may actually get one off the line of scrimmage just before this timer completes. But otherwise, this has been a very back and forth battle. But I gotta say, it was Jarvis. He only had to take 3 plays to get himself in the end zone.
Yeah, not many plays he had to really go for, but I mean, just watching how you know, he had a lot of motion and kind of caught Jake off guard by sending that streak in the middle. The thing is, Jake was guarding him the whole time, and then I guess assumed he was going to hit the check down because he had so much time. That's the thing with the Buccaneers. Great offensive line. You have so much time. Opened up the streak right down the middle for Mike Evans, and that was that touchdown. So yeah, only 3 plays, and it looks like it's complete opposite with Jake, where he's, you know, just trying to chew that clock and you know, just kind of have the most possession.
And no one's been able to really gonna get to either of the QBs. That's a long throw. Does he get both feet inbounds? I believe they do. Wow.
Yep, he got it.
Oh, that was like a 40-yard gain at least. So great reception. Just took it down just kind of tripped it down the wires. So a huge pickup by the likes of Jake Bello. So we're going all the way down to about the 15-yard line, and it's just been gunslinging for the last while. It's going to be under pressure. Oh, barely. I think he got it out of his hands just before the sack.
Yeah, surprisingly got that off, and I was surprised with that play call. I was kind of hoping for him to stick it back on the ground because right now, you know, the Buccaneers have had a really tough time on trying to stop him.
Yeah, they will go to it on the second. Maybe they were just trying to catch him off guard. Something like, hey, we're going to follow up a pass with a pass. Just see if we could be able to get you immediately some points in the bag. And I think Jake is thinking about that simply because of how quickly Jarvis did score. But it's been Jay Bello that's been able to burn the majority of time off of this clock. You do have that kind of nickel that's informing, but this one may end up also being another run. They do have the extra tight end and the slot, but that's going to be all of a read. The bootleg out, and he's constantly getting Rodgers, but that's going to be an interception at the pylon.
And it's going to be on the 1-2, Monkey Man. Look at this on the 1-yard line. So now you're thinking that the Packers maybe send some pressure, try to get a safety. You can get that ball right back.
Wow, okay. So be able to get in the face of Brady. He's well deep into his own end zone. Do they use this pressure? They may actually try to run it out, but no, they're just going for a massively wide open Godwin and put it in the hands of Godwin. Dude has always been just clutched up. He's a sure thing if you want to get out of this really restricted space.
Yeah, I'm very shocked right now with that. Another pass call. I knew it was a play action. Maybe he thought he was going to be able to have that, you know, outside open, but Jarvis did a great job and intercepted it right on the 1. Now made that great play, opens him up a little bit more space. He sees himself now on the 20, and now the time's on his side. He gets to burn a little clock.
Yeah, a little bit of clock, and because he did go for 2, he is down 1 from not getting that to go into the end zone. But he's been able to make these work early. You were talking about audibles and being able to kind of work it at the line, see if you can get the defense to be guessing. Savage is actually right underneath, and this can be the catch and run. They will find him into basically quadruple coverage if it's a big old rectangle. So he is spared getting another one on a third play, but that's gonna be a massive pickup as they're gonna be able to go back to first and 10.
Yeah, and that was a great play on just hurrying that up and just doing a nice quick dump off to Leonard Fournette for a quick 5. I feel like Jarvis is now getting in the groove. 5 for 5 with Tom Brady, hasn't made really any mistakes, and defensively picked it up, got the interception. That momentum is now carrying over with 2 minutes remaining before this halftime.
Yeah, and this is big because he's got plenty of time. He's going to be getting the ball back into the second half as well. So that's going to be big if he can get points here. Even if it's just a field goal, he's still going to have a pretty good amount of momentum running into that next half. But we do see, I believe that he's been favoring kind of this gun setup. Make sure that you utilize Brady with just as much space as possible. He's got massive protection, and wide open again is Godwin. He finds him in those upper kind of posts and is just killing him at the top corners.
Yep, watch Godwin again. Once again, it depends. If it's a man right now, it's going to be open once again, and he's going to be just hitting the check down. Smart move. I feel like he's got him. He just needs to keep doing this hurry up because he's got him in that. I think he's got him in a tough spot.
Seeing Fournette whenever he was with the Jags and then bringing him over, this is such just an undertaking, just a masterclass in being able to get the right players in the right place.
Mike Evans is open.
Oh, that's wide, and he's actually going to be able to get him too.
Yep.
It's going to be a lead change. He's going over to Jarvis and just finds in the back of the end zone, just kind of crushed it between that wide open zone. I think you had the strong safety just move to center and just over the shoulder of the corner.
Yeah, that corner just blew his own coverage, and I saw it right off the beginning, and that's his first look is Mike Evans, obviously. Watch this again. We'll see if he hits maybe Fournette or Godwin on this play. It's going to be this time Otten. Okay, great play, and that's going to actually be a 2-point conversion go his way. So now up by a touchdown.
Okay, and so that's going to be a bit of conditioning here, Discounts, because they're saying, nah, I don't want those one-pointers. You're going to be in a fist fight with me this entire time. So we're going to be going at it hard, and we got, just a second under a minute going into this next one, and we got to see, you were talking about the quick release of Rodgers. They got to play some hurry up with the 1-minute warning instead of just the 2.
Yeah, and right now you're going to have to look for someone like Christian Watkins, see if he can do anything. But right now, just kind of, I feel like he's dropping back a little too much, maybe running back and throwing off balance. That could end up hurting him. You already saw an interception, and especially if Jarvis can get another interception here, it'll set him up for this next half. So needs to be careful, even though it is only a minute left. But just remember, it's only halftime.
They're going to be fading away. You see how deep those safeties are playing is basically prevent to a degree. They're going to drop all the way back because they know Rodgers is going to be under pressure, not quite able to get that one to the receivers. That's going to drop well out of bounds. And I was going to be talking about how this seems pretty conservative off of that initial play, especially because he just kind of dumped his short and went out wide right. But they are trying to pick their poison. They got some timeouts, but they also don't want to give it back over to Jarvis with time remaining.
Right, and it's 3rd and 2. This is a big play right here. Let's see if they go for the run. They're going to, and that's a stop right there. This is where you're going to use that timeout. No timeouts remaining, but you still have 44 seconds left to even get a field goal will be huge here.
This will be our first punt of the game. So the first time that we won't be seeing a player walk away with points on possession. It's going to go all the way back to Tompkins, who actually, no, just going to say it's out. So 38 seconds to go, and I mean, with as fast as we've seen Jarvis be able to score, he doesn't take that many plays to do it, and they basically just walked into the end zone last time we saw him.
Yeah, and I feel like he's still going to be going for these, I think he could get down here. You just got to make sure he gets out of bounds. He might have a chance to do one hurry up or maybe a spike, but he's going to go left side. Let's see, he's going to challenge him, and it's going to be intercepted. So going back the other way, 31 seconds remaining. Green Bay still had 2 timeouts, so they can still go at least get, a field goal.
Yeah, that was kind of tunnel vision. He was looking for some of those longer posts and streaks to pay off because he did have Fournette on his check down right in the center of the field. Thought he might get that just for some extra yardage, but he knows he doesn't have any timeouts. He'd have to spike the ball and doesn't want to have to waste any of those. But I mean, it's a waste when you don't have the ball anymore.
Yeah, the move right there is to throw the ball away. You still have plenty of time.
Yeah.
You know, you throw the ball away, kills the time, and you're able to go straight, back and try it again. But here we are. We still got one timeout remaining now after they use their second, as Green Bay is just trying to get back, a little bit closer to Jarvis.
It does feel like, you want to be able to get that touchdown, but even a field goal feels like a win here, especially be able to just be short 4 points. So it's single possession, be able to get it done. So playing trips out wide left. They're going to be over Lazard. He's going to be into the kind of the single zone coverage. They do have a couple. Actually, they switched them right up, and Rodgers will have a chance. You have two receivers right on top of each other, and that's going to be a completion, and they actually will use the timeout, so that is way closer. How conservative do you play for this if you're looking for maybe the chance of a field goal if you can't convert?
I take 2 shots here, Monkey Man. I do. I take 2 shots. Obviously, if I'm getting pressured, I'm scrambling out, throw the ball away. We haven't really seen much of the ball getting thrown away, so it kind of scares me. But we'll see if they're able to do it here. Here's your scramble. Throw that ball. He barely gets it off, but 12 seconds remaining. So I would still take one more shot unless you really feel like you might get sacked here.
That was a scary moment because that clock would have just ran out. I think they're probably going to take one extra just to see what kind of peels around. They are looking. Oh, and just as it connects, that's going to be gone away. All right. Was it third down? It's 3rd and 10.
3rd down, 8
you
seconds
still
remaining.
have an extra chance if you want. Do you want it, though?
He's selecting field goal, which is,
okay.
I don't blame him. He got way too pressured both times. I'm not going to give him a 3rd time to do that. So, go ahead, take the points. That's a very smart move right there by Jake.
All right, so we'll have about, 4 or 5 seconds to go. It'll be all of a kickoff. May even try for the return, unless they're just going to go full Hail Mary way on the 25. Oh, does look like he's just going to take out that knee. All right, so you either take the knee or you sling it downfield. We're not going to have any injuries going to this game at all, but it'd be, if there's anyone that could be able to just kind of take points away in the final 4 seconds, it would be Brady. Otherwise, I do believe they're going to be taking this one to the half. So 14-10 will be how our first half ends, and that's going to be with Jarvis in the lead. What's your takeaway so far here, Discounts?
Jarvis has been playing really well. I mean, he's been really just controlling the game, really controlled it with the defense, getting that interception right at that goal line. I think that took a lot of the breath out of Jake. And, that kind of got the momentum going his way. And now, look, he's starting with the ball here at half.
Yeah, this is big. Now he's only coming in with a 4-point lead. He actually could have been at 16 points, I think, if he just took the extra point on his first drive. But at this point, you're in the lead. You're dictating this pace. You're that Georgia champion. And then Fournette, my goodness, is a choo-choo train, a fully loaded locomotive, and he's coming straight down the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was only his 2nd rush with him, so maybe look for some more running plays to where he, just takes control of this game. He's really doing a great job with his quick passes, and there's one again, and that's Fournette once again getting that first down.
Love that interior move, just enough to be able to kind of sidestep left, and then I think they were able to they did convert, so we're 1st and 10 again. And I mean, Jarvis really is just kind of dissecting this field. Looks like he's going to be a forensics major because he knows everything about the inner workings of what Jake is throwing at him. Brady not really under pressure right now, and he's got a wide open Godwin. I say wide open. He was a step or 2 ahead, but he's able to find him in double coverage.
Yeah, and Jake saw him. He saw the read, but just a little too quick. Godwin was for his defender, so able to do that. And you see another post route, and he's going to this time just check it down a little Scotty Miller. That's going to get another first down. Just seeing who's open, just taking what he's giving, and that's exactly what's going on. Jarvis is taking exactly what Jake's giving.
Masterclass right now. They're going to be at the 8-yard line. a step away. They've been able to convert pretty handily in the red zone so far. Brady, are you actually going to run him around? Oh, he makes everyone bite. Oh, the big miss.
Wow.
He was going for the hit stick, and Evans just dives forward, completely sends him packing, and that's going to be 20 on the board, looking for the 21st.
Yeah, and there it is, and that extra point is going to be good. He's not going for 2 this time. You see, he's actually just going to go ahead and take the extra point. Now up 21-10. Jarvis feeling really good here in game 1, but that was such a smart play, rolling out with Brady, waiting for those, corners and linebackers to push up, and he had a receiver right there. It was Mike Evans. Threw a little little piece. He thought he was just going to get a few yards. It turned into a touchdown.
Hey, sometimes the ones that you're like, you know what, this is a safe call. I'm seeing how many people can kind of converge on me, see if the rope-a-dope is going to work, and it worked out well, and it just turns into a great gamble. So the Georgia native from Carrollton High School is able to double up their lead, even more than that. And we got to see this one going back to work for Jake. It seems like they've kind of been unnerved. They've really had a great balanced playbook going against Jarvis, but since then, they've really been able to bring the pressure, just kind of make these reads and just stop them.
Yeah, and this possession's huge for Jake because you don't have much time. I mean, you've seen how fast these... oh, and that's a fumble, but able to recover that. The Packers able to get that one back. Jake, very lucky right there. He got that one back.
Yeah, the big man falling on it. You know, sometimes you talk about the pancake stat. Well, he pancakes the pigskin and is able to turn it into a pig in a blanket, so it's safe for at least that moment. Oh, the RPO, quick release. It's an interception as Ryan finds it in the secondary. Now you have everyone trying to get to him. Quick lunge, but it will be plunged into the end zone. A pick 6. Oh, that is decimating.
Yeah, beautiful play right there, and that's just getting to Jake right now. Jarvis is sending the pressure. He knows he has to make he's got to make a play. He's down by a decent bit. He's only got basically one more quarter left. So yeah, I'm gonna send some pressure and trying to get him off balance because he's got to throw the ball.
So we go to another pickup by Jake. Rough situation right now. And the best thing about this situation right now is that it's a best of 3. So
Absolutely.
you get this game, you're down by 18 points. That's 3 possessions. So a lot of work to be done, and it doesn't seem that there's a lot of time to get it done with. And Rodgers honestly has been under pressure. He's not making completions. They're trying to call for even maybe a little bit of interference there just off of the AI. But man, this has been a masterclass being presented by Jarvis on just how to turn up the defense and then how to be able to just kind of reel it back and just make those reads, especially seeing when these run plays would come up and they're just stuffing them at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's a great point. You said it's just a best of 3. So this is game 1. Well, the thing is, Jake was doing a great job at the beginning by controlling the game. Look at these runs, exactly what he's doing right now. And the thing is, Jarvis kind of just cut him off balance, got in the lead, kind of made Jake not play his gameplay. And I feel like that's the Achilles heel right now for Jake, is he's kind of playing from behind, and that kind of switches up his main, gameplay, which is run the ball, pass a little bit. But right now he's going to kind of have to go pass heavy if he wants to do anything. And here's another play action play right here.
Ooh, and of course, when you look at the Bucs as a total roster, I mean, so much of this team was built around how do we protect the old man? How do we protect Brady? And I don't believe that he has been touched, whereas Rodgers has constantly had a free man in his face. So when you're looking at not just the playbook, but just composition, being able to get to him, and that's been so good because this defense was stellar out of the Bucs. Picking this squad, you do have Jones running straight up the gut, so you're saying he can't feel too comfortable with his regular game plan, but he's still keeping it on the ground. But we're in the 4th quarter now. He's got to start coming away with points, and this clock is starting to be loud.
But I don't mind it because you see the blitzes are coming off the outside. If he keeps sticking with the run on the inside, he's going to have it. And that's exactly what I'm saying. As soon as he goes to the passing play, he's not comfortable. He's getting basically a guy in his face every time. You're going to have to max protect, maybe get an extra guy in the backfield to help you block, because that guy is screaming off the edge just about every play.
Yeah, if you're trying to go empty backfield, you're trying to dump it out, maybe some trips, it's not going to work because they're like, okay, cool, less of a man, I'm just going to go. And you better, like you're talking about, using that quick snap release and get it down to a slot receiver. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to go trips out left. But The defensive shifting is really unnerving Jake to this moment. They will have Lazard again as he'll go out wide right, looking for at least some of the RPO. None of it is being looked at, and that's actually going to be a pickup, a good, I think that's about 30 yards or so. So there is plenty of time, but the thing that you have to consider for Jay Bello is that not only do they got to score very soon, but they got to be able to get that defense really locked in.
Exactly. He's got to stop him, and that has been honestly his issue right now, because anytime Jarvis, whatever play he's coming out in, has been working, and he's, you know, just kind of dumping it off. But it looks like we have a possible another first down. Ooh. Very close in getting that you know, extra touchdown that they need. But still chasing a good bit and only 4 minutes remaining. So you're going to have to score right here and possibly go for an onside. If not, you still got 3 timeouts left. But you're just down by a good bit, though. You need to score.
Yeah, you start looking, you got 3 timeouts, you got the 2-minute warning that'll be around the corner, but you don't want that 2 minutes to come up too quickly, because that means 2 minutes is burned off and you didn't come away with any points.
Exactly.
That end zone needs to be your backyard, and you better be living in it all the time. Look, they are stuffing the box. This 4-3, you got them straight up the middle. What a read, and then it'll slow them down enough for the rest of the red shirts of the Bucks to come through. He read them all the way. You're not going to get those 5 yards easy.
Yeah, and Jarvis is now reading. I think he's reading it whenever he's gonna go up the middle. I think he might have seen something, because right now 3rd and goal. What is he gonna do? He's gonna run up the middle, go for a kind of short pass. I feel like he's gonna pass, but nope. He's gonna do the opposite. Go with a run. He's not gonna get it. He's gonna get short, 1 yard. So obviously he's gonna have to go for it, but he's gonna get in a goal line formation. Jarvis, that is.
Ooh, that is, I almost thought that he had gotten there. This is going to be a big stop, even if it's just for the mental. If they can't get it done, Rodgers may actually sneak it in. Dylan, he's going to be stuffed at the line. Huge. Oh my gosh, the big man gets through, and that is a turnover on downs. You go 4 and out, that's basically the game.
Yeah, right there was huge. You had to get that touchdown right there if you're Jake, and just great defense while Jarvis stepping up to the plate twice. Turnovers right there at the goal line. One was an interception. One was just a stop right there on the goal line. Doing a great job, Jarvis, defense and offense.
Wow. All right. So you got 2:17. You got the 2-minute warning. May actually sit for it unless they want to pop a play just before. But no, we're going to go to the 2-minute warning. 28-10. 3 possessions right now. And Jarvis is well keyed in to probably take game number 1 of this national championship as presented by PlayVS, but still time. Magic could happen. Oh, they were trying for the blitz to try and get him straight in the backfield, but just a step too short.
Yeah, just missed him. That would have been a tackle for a loss, possibly safety. It ended up being a first down, and that's exactly what Jarvis needs to keep that clock moving. As you see, looks like Jake isn't calling the timeouts. I think he's accepting the first game loss, but which is all right. It's a best of 3 match, so he's shaking this one off, trying to come away with what he learned with. So right now, needs to figure out this Brady, Mike Evans, and Fournette combo.
Oh man, just Fournette was such a good piece between himself and Godwin. They were able to just make open space, and honestly could have treated him like that check down receiver anytime they needed him. And if he had to be able to ground and pound, get that game done, I mean, it was nearly just free real estate. So, well, with less than a minute to go, yeah, he's not taking his timeouts. What do you think about as this game is slowly coming to a close, or very quickly here in just moments? What do you think about going to the next game? What starts to be kind of your mental? You got to take this one and say, all right, I got to reset.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And if I'm Jake, I started this game off really well until I started forcing passes, and had the run game going really well for Jake. I mean, just honestly, I thought just the way he was controlling the game, he was going to keep it going, keep it with the runs, and that's what was working early on. It ended up, maybe trying to throw his opponent off, throwing with the passes, but it ended up burning him toward the end after a couple of interceptions, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was trying to force too much, but it was key moments that Jarvis just took advantage of him.
Yeah.
Really, with as quickly as Jarvis is able to score, you can't give him even the tiniest bit of distance. But distance has been made. Game number 1 goes 28-10 in favor of Jarvis. So congratulations over to him. He's going to have that series lead. Final thoughts, but before the beginning of this series, before we go to a break.
Jake, just stay with this game, and for Jarvis, keep doing what he was doing in early on. I mean, obviously it worked out. Great defense. If he can't stop it, keep running it, and that's basically what Jarvis did in that game 1. So let's see if he continues to do that.
Yeah, don't break what doesn't need to be fixed, or don't
Absolutely.
fix what isn't broken. I don't know, one of those ways. Either
It's
way,
a saying somewhere.
someone's saying it. I may be the only one. But for right now, we are going to be taking a break. Let's hear a little bit more from Play Versus. On the other side, Game 2 will be with us.
When I went to go get my program started, I did a lot of research on what companies people were using at the high school level with regards to playing esports. I found a few of them, but I found that PlayVS not only had some of the best reviews, but had high praise from people in this sphere of high school esports. So naturally, while there are other people in the state, I chose to keep going with PlayVS. So we chose to exclusively work with PlayVS because they offer a large variety of games, and they offer a large variety of games that our students get behind. Constantly, every season, they're trying to either innovate, bring more games in, be more communicative. They're a small company, but they try really hard, and I obviously really appreciate that. I think PlayVS catalog is what sets them apart from everybody else. Everybody else can offer small things or even tournaments related to the game and title that they want to play with. And so I think that the idea that I can build an entire season around a specific title is really enticing.
Welcome back, everyone. Of course, if you're just now joining us, I'm Hell Monkey Man in the booth alongside Discounts, and you're joining us in the middle of Play Versus's 2023 Cup as presented by, well, Play Versus, and that's a National High School Championship. Man, Play Versus look, it's like ownership with an extra S. Don't ever do that. It's bad for your English classes. Don't do. I've got bad scores there. But we did just see game number 1 as we got to see Jarvis kind of really pick apart Jake, and it seemed like everything into that first half kind of started to turn around as you just go against your game plan. And I mean, do you think they got to change up teams? Do you think you just got to go back to the Packers, just kind of play with them again? Because honestly, it just looked like he was doing just fine.
Yeah, like we said earlier, if Jake can just stick with that run game, had him. I mean, just honestly, first down after first down on that first drive, all the way down to the red zone, and that's whenever was trying to maybe just confuse the opponent, maybe go with the play action, just went the other way for him. Just a little missed opportunity, but then toward the end, it started catching up because he had to score quick, right? Well, you can't really score quick on the run unless it's a big breakaway. So hard to do in Madden, but yeah, it just kind of forced him to play a little differently. So hopefully you can keep that pace going early on in the second game.
Yeah, and Jarvis, I mean, he just continued to ramp up pressure. I mean, he was bringing it defensively, and like you were talking about, it seems like they may need to play a bit more protect, and I think that also was some of the success of getting the run game. You immediately gave it over to Dylan or to Johns, and they're able to just kind of work either the edge, which is where so much success went because he would gut check, and then kind of go out to flats, and that also got the pressure away from Rodgers. So that was huge, just being able to get into people that maybe are a little bit faster than the old man in the back. Because look, this graduating class of senior QBs, eventually they're the goats, but look, they're not meant to be in that pocket under pressure that long. But Jarvis, shout out to him because he is also he's the Georgia State champ. He's able to go 12-1 when competing into this entire thing. And then of course, opposite of him is Jake, who is looking to try and go to Arkansas State. He's smart as a whip, trying to go into data analytics and statistics engineering. I mean, sometimes the smartest people, they outthink themselves, but you just got to get them to be calm in the moment.
Yeah, Jake. I mean, think about it. Jake's smart. He's got that 4.1 GPA. Very smart. So, stick with that game plan going into game 2, and I really think it's going to work out for him. If not, make it at least closer. Jarvis, you can kind of see what he's throwing at you, and that's the reason why Jake was breaking off those big runs early on. And you would just see either pressure come from the outside or inside. Well, if you figure out what he's doing, do the opposite, and it's going to work out. So we'll see if he can make those reads here in game 2, though.
How difficult is it for kind of reaching deep into your playbook and having like all your extra audibles? Just kind of because we did see so much adjustment at the line of scrimmage by Jarvis. It seems like he's kind of ready for anything and ready to just adjust. You kind of go with your known game plan, but you got to be able to flex.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to real football, it's like in reality, like Tom Brady, whenever he walks up to the line, he sees things on the defense that they're throwing at him. Well, he's going to make those audibles. And then same thing with the defensive side. Defensive, hot routes and audibles are just as important, because as soon as, it's kind of chess match. As soon as he sees somebody doing something, I'm going to make an audible. Well, then now the defense is going to make an audible and adjust. So it's all about adjustments here in the game of Madden.
I've seen a lot when it comes to especially like pre-snap, like opening kind of 5 to 15 second marks of just like constantly seeing movement, especially seeing kind of defensive linemen moving back and forth, either just simply to see if a big man on the O-line is going to trip up and just move, but also what's going to happen. Look at that right now. You have an interior shift. It looks like he wants to take away that run. We talked so much about it, and he already keyed him up, and that is a great stop at the first play of scrimmage.
Exactly. So what he did right there, he only did a couple adjustments on that for the defensive side, even though it shows so much. All he did was pinch the defensive line, which it does stop that inside run, and then also he brought that safety down to where he could use her, so he can hit that hole and beat that running back into the hole before he gets there.
So fast. So he's bringing that speed, and just it looked like a wide open gap, almost looked like Texas-sized gaps, and already that's forcing Jake actually to bring Rodgers out of the pocket. He's gonna just go forward. That was very dicey,
really
but
risky.
Hey, you know what? Get a first down.
Got the first down, but that's really risky. As you see him getting hit once, if that second hit would have come across on Rodgers, it would have been an automatic fumble. As soon as you get sandwiched here on Madden, it's an automatic fumble. So that could have lost him possession. Luckily, it did not. He's going to go back to the run game, keep it on the ground. Very smart here. But, yeah, be careful with Rodgers on that one. But he did get the first.
Yeah, Rodgers and Brady both made of glass and hopes and dreams, but that's mostly from the knee down. Everything above that is just GOAT platinum. So you're not gaining too much on these straight up the gut check style runs. This is gonna be the second one in a row, and technically we actually haven't seen a pass yet, because he did get Rodgers out in open space for that first down conversion. But how long do you kind of keep to this? Because it feels like we're seeing a bit of a one-dimensional success rate here for Jake.
Well, we'll find out. It's 3rd and 12 right here. This is where you usually will pass the ball, and it looks like he's going to do that edge blitz. So if he does run up the middle, he has a shot. So I'm not sure if he's noticing that, but he's going to have to get the ball rid of really quick right now, unless he gets this block here with Aaron Jones. But it looks like the pressure's coming. He's going to have to be really quick.
Yeah, he's moving over to Lazard, maybe even just to kind of keep that man honest. He's going to drop back, and that's a great toss over to Tanya, and that is straight up the middle. The tight end is able to make a snag, and so that is going to be a massive conversion. And he was forcing him to a pass. It was a great read, but bringing them across is able to make the man drop back.
Yeah, so smart, and that's that 4.1 GPA working for him right there. Exactly how I said it. He knew he had to get it off quick. That route just opened up. So now he's going back to the run game. So smart. He's getting his extra yards. Look, that's a game of 5. He does it again. That's another 5. That's a first down.
Hey, that's very true. You want to be able to start off your second downs are so indicative of how successful you were on the first, and it makes your life so much easier. He may actually just go straight back to a run. He's been able to go back to it, but look how he's controlling Neal, and he's gonna get doubled up by the big man and nearly a full wall of 3. But he only gains a couple as we are at 3rd and 2. I could see this going to 4th down and still just trying to run it out. Rodgers, though, he's just caught being tall, and that will be a 4th and inches. This is a big position.
That was twice Hail Monkey Man. I thought he was going to have a fumble, but able to dodge that second hit was smart. But that was another close one. That could have been a turnover on downs. But 4th and inches, maybe a QB sneak. Might be another handoff to Jones. But look for A.J. Dillon on the fullback. Oh! And that's what it was. It was supposed to be a fullback dive, and he didn't get it.
Wow.
He didn't even get it handed off.
Man, how many times have we been able to see the defensive line come up huge for Jarvis whenever he's looking for that stop, and especially on a 4th and inches? So much of this first quarter clock has been bled off, and now it's a turnover on downs. Jarvis is going to be just feeling himself. He's like, you know what? You had a campaign and it looked like you were trying to get it, but just stopping him at the line. And so now we get to see Jarvis go to work.
Yeah, this is deja vu from game 1. Honestly, this is exactly what happened. Jake controlled the whole game, got it all the way down to where it was close enough to getting in scoring range, and then just gave it up. So that's exactly what happened in game 1. Jarvis comes up with a big stop, and now this is where he's been cooking all night so far, well, especially in game 1, and he's going to just pick him apart.
Oh my goodness. On the outside for Ned. He's going to step out of bounds, but not after making a couple of players dive after him, and just it looks so wide open. Look at those splits. You just have the 3-man rush going against 5, and he knows he just can't get to him, so he's trying to really kind of stack some of that coverage about at the 10-yard situation. You have a trip moving out left, and then Savage also peeling across. He's looking straight at him, but he's going to bring Brady out much the same. He's going to throw it away before he gets over the line of scrimmage. That's a stellar idea, considering much like Rodgers, if you hit that man, he will fall and the ball may pop out.
Yeah, that was such a smart move by Jarvis right there. I mean, it's only 2nd and 10. You're able to waste. That's just like an incompletion, and nothing's hurt. But look at this, as the pressure actually gets to Brady for the first time in 2 games. So we finally see a sack here. So 3rd and 20, you're gonna see a long ball opportunity here for Jarvis. Let's see what play he brings. I'm thinking maybe a crossers or a corner route here.
Yeah, he's probably going to be looking at Godwin, who's been very sure-handed for him since the first game. Maybe Fournette, who's been kind of chilling out in center space between the hash marks, but he's going to actually, in an audible, bring Evans over into motion, and then they will actually have twins on both sides. Look at that free flat. Look how deep he's playing. He knows he has to be able to get back to him. It's way in the corner. 3rd and 20 turns into some many points going onto the scoreboard. Godwin just getting him keyed up wherever he wants them.
Yeah, he's got those one-play touchdowns in his pocket, and he knew what defense was going to come across. He knew what safeties were going to be guarding who, and that's just how smart these players are when it comes to these routes. And that was almost a blocked extra point right there, but nevertheless, we are here still 7-0. Jarvis is now in the lead here in game 2.
You got to see how this next possession goes for Jay Bello, because honestly, Jake looked a little bit shook. He was trying to just get his kind of game plan together. He honestly didn't look balanced at all, trying to be able to get any runs established. It looked almost like desperation to sit into that run game just simply to keep Jarvis's defense honest, but he's been comfortable being able to kind of send big bodies, especially just pressuring straight at the line. Look how heavy stacked this is to right. If this ain't a sweep, I ain't, oh, actually, he's getting them all keyed up the same way I thought. Just absolutely diving him. Watson will take it. 75 yards. The first play from his second possession.
That's what you want to see from Jake right there, is just get everyone thinking he's going to do one thing and do the opposite. Exactly. You thought it was going to be a run, right? I thought it was a run. I feel like everyone watching the stream was going to be a run, and catching his opponent off guard. Smart move. Look, it's a tied game, and still 4 minutes remaining, though. So still plenty of time before this halftime. Remember, it looked like Jake got the ball first.
Yeah, he did. So, man, that's some wild stuff. Honestly, like, I don't think there was a single person in the AI stadium, in this booth at production, like, oh yeah, look, there's like 8 dudes spread out to the right. They're like, that's gonna be a run. And I thought maybe it's just considerable desperation continued, but nah, sling it, see what Watson can do, and quick wiggles on the stick. We're tied at 7 going into the next possession for Jarvis, and they're gonna try and put Fournette out in space, but he's hunted down.
Yeah, it's just a game in a 1, but still, you're taking some time away from that clock, which is really good. You really want this to be your last possession. And if you're Jarvis, that's your call, obviously, if you're going to try to score quick or, do it again. Because right now, I mean, his defense looks good. Obviously, that one play caught him off guard, but Jarvis still should be feeling confident in his defense.
Yeah, you get those one-offers, and really it's up to Jake to kind of prove to us that this is going to be some consistency, but he's going to get his defense going because we have not seen him stop a single play. I think we had one interception, if I remember, back in game number 1, and I think they got one per side. It was very much tipped up at the sideline. Brady's going to wheel all the way out. Savage is going to be trying to cover down, and he can't get it away. And that is a great pickup all the way, I believe, to around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great crossing route right there by Scotty Miller. He's going to dot him up, and that's what we've been seeing Jarvis do all day, is just take what they're giving. And right now it's just seeing who's open, going away from these users, but also not afraid to throw at these users. You saw him earlier in game 1 sending that streak up the middle with Mike Evans. Well, the user was on him and then kind of pulled away. As soon as he pulled away, he saw that and threw it. So that's what I'm saying. Jarvis is just doing a great job on picking Jake apart right now. But also, Jake, I think he's got that fire back in him. I feel like he's ready to, after tying that game up, he just needs one stop right here to get himself going.
It takes a single spark to make a fire. And
Yes.
He's burning, but he's also got to stop Jarvis at the gates. He's not had any kind of, dissertation when it comes to getting these takeaways. And as he's going to roll him out left, Savage dropping all the way back. His triple coverage, they have him all manned up. And this is going to be a throw all the way across his body. And so, as that is a pickup, he will be stopped well short of any kind of conversion. And this becomes 3rd and 16. So great coverage downfield, just denied the easy score.
Yeah, he knew that he had a safety net being that receiver. I don't think he thought it was going to be where he threw it, but still able to, keep possession, didn't throw it away. Smart move. And we are now here with a great pass with Mike Evans. That's going to be a first down. That's going to pick up the first down. Only a minute remaining, too, so he's going to be able to chew this clock down and try to make this the last possession.
Yeah, spreading them out, both outside lanes, leaving a wide open middle. Didn't have Savage kind of chilling there, and now you will have at least 3 men to have to work through, as they will be down to what? About 2nd and 6. Good pickup on first down. They can chew up that clock, but you're going to have a timeout that's going to keep them short of it. So you know in your back pocket, if you are Jarvis, you're looking at a minimum a field goal. You would love to be able to get an end zone. You've not been denied from getting a score so far, and on each of your possessions, save one. Oh, and trying to get him underneath, and that'll be rolling in. My Fournette, he has been such a massive weapon for Jarvis.
Yeah, that is said very perfectly. I mean, he's just been the check down guy, and he's the checkout that guy has been the guy who's been scoring a lot of touchdowns and been getting a lot of first downs, and giving Jarvis the lead here in game 2. So 39 seconds remaining. Yeah, Jake's got a tall task here because he's not getting that ball after the second half. Jarvis is going to start with it, so we'll see if he can do anything here in these 39 seconds. He does have some timeouts remaining, so he's he still has a shot. He's going to take the ball down here at the 31 and try to work with that.
Yeah, honestly, that was such a sneaky window to get into because okay, Fournette, he's right before that kind of downfield coverage. Didn't think he'd be able to convert, able to roll past the corner as he's just nonstop. You will have trips out left, and just got to see what. There's no big trickeration here. There's not a bunch of big bodies. They're going to all think that this is going to be a run. It does look like they could be able to convert it over. Lazard again in motion, moving out right. Will they be able to just get at least some of this under control? Because Jarvis has been a master of the clock so far.
Oh.
Is that converted?
He made it. He got it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, dragged his feet, got it in.
And got out of bounds as well. Didn't even have to burn a timeout. That's such a big play right there for Jake. And this is the thing, difference between, I guess it happens in real life a lot as well. But this, is 2 plays. 30 seconds is a lot here in Madden whenever you have timeouts.
At least 2 timeouts.
You don't even have to work the sidelines here. I mean, I'm not even against a run play. It was something that he can do. He's still got 2 timeouts. So great throwaway, though, right there.
Yeah, recognizing the big man was just beat on the outside. That was the defensive tackle coming straight at Rodgers. And, of course, he's been under duress between these two games. That one, now you got 24 seconds. You don't have to immediately take a shot. Again, that safety net is be able to go for a field goal, but I mean, you got plenty of time, and as well as just kind of observe it. Look how close they're playing up to this. They're thinking just like you.
Same play, a touchdown play as last time. This could be that play action or the read option. Yep, it's gonna be a play action here. He's got one guy he can go deep if he wanted, but he's gonna throw it a double coverage. Not the smartest move, but yeah, that's gonna be a incompletion.
Okay. Yeah, because I think he landed right foot out of bounds.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, that was very, very close. And it looked like he was, that's when you get the tunnel vision. Much like the QB in real life, just seeing, all right, how much you would just want one guy to be able to go and catch it. They're actually just going to have the RPO. That one not at all bitten into. And now it's Watson versus the rest into coverage. They're able to break it up. All right, 4th and 10. Got to think the field goal from distance. No, it's not even near enough. No, unless you want to go for like an NFL record or something.
Well, the question is though, instead of going for that play, why not hit a check down or something just for quick yardage to where you could probably get a field goal. But nevertheless, Jarvis in a really good spot here. He's gonna need this one out, go to half, and get the ball back after this halftime.
It's been just systematic. Jarvis has been automatic. The Georgia native showing why he is the Georgia State champion. Of course, why he's in control of this game. Game 1 and the first half of game 2 are in the books. It's just one half here discounts before possibly Jarvis is going to be lifting the crown of being this the high school national championship here with PlayVS Cup.
Yeah, right now he's feeling good, but he's still got work to do. Only up by 7 is nothing. I mean, especially in 2 5-minute quarters that you have remaining. But the thing is, he definitely feels good because right now Jake has not been able to make too many stops on him in these last 2 games.
Yeah, he's been able to come away with points every single drive, save 1 extra. You will have a shift of down linemen as they have 3 up, 4 wide. Trying to really stop those outside throws, and that allows Fournette to just body anyone in his way. That'll be a nice gain of 8. And again, I mean, it's so tough to stop them. You're playing with the Bucks. They have some great, just an arsenal of offensive weapons, especially in the receiving core. And then if you can't get the ball out to him, go to Fournette.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, Mike Evans is open in the middle of the field. He's not going to see him. He's going to run out of bounds, not pick up the first down, but still 3rd and 1. Great play by Jarvis. He didn't want to force anything. I feel like that's really been the difference right now between Jarvis and Jake. Jarvis has been doing a really good job. When he knows he has the, couple yards, he'll go ahead and take them. But if there's any way that Brady's about to get hit, he's going to be able to throw this ball away. And finding Mike Evans across the middle right there, picking up another first down, and that's 9 for 10 right there with Brady.
Goodness gracious, yeah, just not been broken. Brady has been dropped back into the gun this entire time, and no one's finding at him. And then he's been able to get those crosses, especially with an open midfield, and it forces him to be able to bring over Savage. Great pickup as we go all the way around the 12-yard line. That is rough positions as, again, Jarvis continues to just run a flawless campaign, is looking for a 3rd touchdown.
Yeah, watch for Evans right here as he might go high pass. He only has one guy to beat, but he's going to go with Godwin. He's going to get on the 1-yard line. Not a touchdown right there yet, Monkey Man, but he very well close.
It's so close. He basically could have sneezed at it, but we have seen 1-yard stops before. It took 4 downs to do it, and I don't know if the big men up front for the Packers can be able to provide the same thing. They could just run onto the outside. There's a lot of extra options. It looks like Fournette may be keyed up. They're going to give it to the fullback, and he's going to just shove it in. That's 20 on the board with the 21st right around the corner. Jarvis continues to be perfect.
Yeah, smart play right there. The pass set it all up. He was going to have, 4 downs right there on the 1-yard line. Eventually, he was going to get in, but that play really set it up where he threw to Godwin right at the 1.
All right, so start to sweat a little bit. If you're Jake, looking at what time you got, there's plenty of time. There is still plenty of time. You scored off of a single play, which was so weird, off of the heavy package, and then you just kind of slung it out to Watson, but that seems all of a memory ago. Seems like last year. And look at it's much the same thing. Look at him bringing everyone up. This also could still be that run. And it looks like they are going to be dropping back, and look how quickly the coverage does respond. Everyone is man
No
on
one's
man.
open. Yep,
And
no one's
there's-
open.
Oh my goodness, Rogers is going to toss it just for hopes and dreams, and it will be broken up. That was a decision, all right.
I'm scratching my head on that. I mean, if you're Jake, you can't have any more mistakes right here. That would have been another interception, and that could have been very bad right there for Jake.
You go to 2nd and 10, and you feel like there's an ounce of desperation. We saw a little bit ago as everything broke up, and again, they're just trying to get everyone keyed up as they got the center lined up with that middle linebacker. Everyone had their assignment, but no one could check on the bonus guy, and that's why they're going to be able to pull the running back over, just be able to have an extra protection. But so far, Jarvis's defense has been so strong.
Yeah, I mean, just how fast. But Lee knew the slants were going to work, and that's another Watson big play, first down. And anytime you feel like Jake is backs against the wall, he does something like that, and that's a first down and a little bit of life right there for him.
You know what? There's not the consistency we're looking for out of a champion, but there is the flash and the pizzazz of cleverness and invention. They're going to be giving it straight to Dylan, who's going to run into a package of red jerseys. So they're only going to be able to gain about 2 as we go to 2nd and 8. And you got to think that clock is ticking very, very loud. Dylan again? So what do you think about just putting it on the ground? You can't become one-dimensional, but that seems to be that's weird ideas right now.
I think Jake knows that's been great. As you can see, every now and that opens up. You see, that's what he's used to. That's his game plan. So he's sticking with it. I do like the call. It's still not too late to be able to keep running. So I like these calls. But depending if Jarvis can stop him, and then the first down and 2nd down on these runs, he forces them to pass. But yeah, I'm okay with these runs right now.
I'm okay with them as long as they keep getting that kind of yardage. A wide open Tanyan. And guess what? I think Jake is also okay with them if it opens up opportunities like that. Just trying to get a play before the quarter ticks down to the 4th. And we're going to be 21-14. A very doable task for Jake. Jarvis is going to get his next possession. And you got to think Jake has got to really find his defense strong right now.
Yeah, that was exactly what Jake needed right there. That touchdown, like I said, he was just working with what he has. It opened up that opportunity for that pass, wide open Tunyon for a touchdown, and now it comes down to Jake's defense. Needs to put some pressure that Jarvis hasn't seen maybe in these next 2 games. Does he have a certain blitz that he has in his back pocket? Or is he going to kind of sit back and hope for Jarvis to make a mistake? But right now, that has not been the case in the last 2 games. Jarvis has made very few mistakes and only 1 interception, and that was just going into the half. So nothing really hurt there on that last interception Jarvis did have.
You got to think that so much of the open midfield has really been some of the a lot of the success for Jarvis has been able to get it over to Godwin. It brings him right across, and then you see him open things up. Otten, who is going to get a great stiff arm, but the big man eventually gets dropped as you look to mid and then swings it out wide. It seems that Jake is maybe just a step behind trying to make these reads.
Yeah, and this is where you need to play the flats, the middle, the corners, everything. But then he'll run on you. So he's doing a lot of things to where opening up a lot of plays. See, look, there's the run. If you're not gonna put a QB spy on him, even though it's Brady, he's just got too many people out in coverage, and Jarvis sees that. As soon as Jarvis sees that, he's just playing phenomenal offense right now.
Oh man, this is continuing to be a grandmaster in chess, and Jake is still trying to graduate from checkers, but he's still got time. Maybe looking for an interception. Just gotta be able to slow him down. That's gonna be a try. He gets the interception, and he's gonna be stepping out of bounds. That is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as you said that he throws it, and that was Jarvis's first kind of interception. That really is going to hurt, possibly. And that was Jair Alexander, who's got really good range, and he's a interception master, especially, in these clutch plays.
So still time on the clock. You got 3:25 and ticking, and Jake knows that this could be the last time He's got to put a campaign together to get all the way down and get that score. He's got a wide open Watson, goes out to the corner, and he's flashing these longer plays, like 20, 25 yards with length, and it's all the way in that deep pocket. That's one of the few times we've seen Rodgers have time to be able to make a more balanced release.
Exactly. Yeah, and you made a great point. When he has time, he let him have time right there. So I'm looking to see what here comes the blitz. Here comes the blitz. And this is where you're trying to wonder, will Jake be able to get these plays off? We've seen him do it earlier in this game. Right when Jarvis started throwing some blitzes, he was able to hit it across the middle. So we'll see if he's able to have that reaction time once again. But I'm pretty sure for the rest of this series, Jarvis is going to throw a lot of blitzes here.
Yeah, he's going to bring some more interior. You see Neal all keyed up in the middle of the package, and then you see Dylan, who will get at least about 5, 3rd and 4, moving into this. And again, I mean, it's always 4th down territory. He knows that he has to be able to get this game, and so he's going to be grinding for every single play.
Yeah, and you know, I love the run still here. I mean, you still got the 2-minute warning, all 3 timeouts. You are you're doing all right. So still see what he does here. That's going to be the run. It's opening up, but still closed up right at the last yard, and it's going to be a 4th and 1, 2-minute warning. This is big.
We've seen 4th and inches go wrong at a goal line stand against Jake. This cannot be that. This might as well be a goal line stand. He's got to be able to look at it, but also we've seen him use trickeration, putting a heavy package out there and then going for a throw, and that is being respected right now by Jarvis. He's not letting him have many options, so he's going to be able to get this into the hands of a sure thing. Maybe looking at Dylan, and maybe also running Rodgers out there if he can, but it's got to be with time. It does look like we're going to have a timeout just to see what package he saw across from him.
Smart. That's smart. And if he comes out in the same thing, if I'm Jake, I would like to have maybe a slant and a flat route, just something that kind of crosses your user up and just something kind of quick to it. But let's see what he goes with. Might go back with a run, and he's going to go with a pass, and that's a quick flat route to Tunyon. Great play, smart move. He knew the pressure was going to be there, so he had to get it out quick, and he's got Rodgers. So great person to have on your team.
That was a great idea because you saw the adjustment by the defense. They took, I believe it was a safety, they took Neal over and they put him straight in the middle, add some extra speed off of all the down linemen, be able to just key up onto the offense. So a great run, another conversion, 1st and 10. The time is ticking. He can be able to tie this one up, and he's doing it on the ground. This is very respectable. Jake is not straying away from his game plan, making sure the ground game works, and then opening it up in the flats.
Yeah, he's making sure that he stays kind of putting these guys in the middle to where maybe these passes are going to open up. Watch Tunyon. Tunyon's wide open. He's going to get it. That's a touchdown. This could be a tie ball game, but he could go for 2. Let's see what he does here in this very clutch situation. You still got 54 seconds remaining, so you still have a little bit of time with all 3 timeouts. Jarvis has a lot of time still, so we'll see if he goes for 2. What are your thoughts? What would you do in this situation?
Man, you need this game, and you know that Jarvis has been able to take chunks of yardage. I respect this. He's at least going to see what he comes out with. He has a timeout to play with if he doesn't want to go for it, and he may be going for everything. Just seeing if he can be able to find him out in flats. He has a one-on-one situation out to his right. He'd be able to get it over to Dylan. He's actually going to go for it. He gives it over. It's, oh no, the incompletion. Trying to do the exact same play that he had at the 4th down. Get it over to Tunyon, and now he's going to have to stop it out, but he's got the burn timeouts where they're just looking for a short kick, and it's not going to be picked up.
Yeah, that was a big incompletion right there. The run was open, but I think he assumed that it was going to be just shut down early, and it worked last time, so why not do it again? He's going to go through to the flats, but this time Jarvis was playing it, and just great defense there by Jarvis once again, and a big-time play, and that's going to break it on the side, and that's going to be a touchdown for Leonard Fournette. No, he's going to go down and play the clock. Smart move. All he's got to do is knee it out, and he can win this game.
Oh, that's good macro management. They're going to be taking knees, and Jarvis will be taking W's. Jake played so well, and, you know, he tried to overread. It was one of those where it worked before. Maybe it can have it happen again, but Jarvis never forgets, always remembers, and he makes sure to make that double coverage work for him. That was the key turning moment for this game. Could have been all tied up. I respect going for it, but obviously in the annals of history, they'll see Was a success? No, it was a failure. And then this turns into a 1-point difference with the game remaining.
Yeah, that's just a tough call. I mean, like you said, like it could be 21-21 right now, but either way, Jarvis was going to have to go down and kick a field goal. I really think that he was going to be able to do that if you know, Jake didn't make any big interceptions like he did with Jair Alexander. But yeah, not able to get that extra point or that 2-point conversion really hurt. And we're going to see Jarvis walk away with this championship.
Yeah, congratulations, as he'll be taking it in 2-0 sweep in this best of 3 for the Play versus Cup, of course, national championship for this high school tournament. Oh my goodness, job well done over to Jarvis. He's able to take the championship, the cup, the crown, the belts, everything that you want. Put some extra gems in it. Dude did amazing work, and honestly, the adjustments throughout the game, being able to make all those audibles, his defense was stellar, but gotta give a lot of kudos over to Jake, who really stuck in there.
Absolutely. And Jake made that last game or that second game just a close one. And you didn't think at the beginning where Jarvis was starting to pull away, but Jake was like, no, not today. We're going to make this one a close. Obviously it came down to that extra point. But yeah, Jarvis played just about flawless here these last 2 games. And yeah, find himself a champion.
Hey, you know what? Congratulations over to him. And of course, thank you guys so much for being with us. Discounts. This was a pretty darn good game. Honestly, was all of a single decision, a single play away from sending us to game number 3. But
yeah,
both these teams played really well, and I think we had an awesome time.
Absolutely. Great Madden plays.
Hey, you know what? Thank you guys so much for joining us, and congratulations over to Jarvis. And hey, thank you so much for joining us here on Play Versus, and we'll see you next time.
My name is Clark Rexroth. I'm 18 years old. I go to Hart County High School, and my username for esports was C-Rex. I've been playing Madden for some time now. My basketball coach is our esports coach. He did this same thing in E-Town before he came to Hart County. And he just walked up to me. He said he saw me play some Madden at our basketball camp and thought I might as well give it a try. And I said, that works fine with me. So I just kind of got roped into it, and here we are. Competing for my school is fun. I play a lot of different sports, and I just kind of took a liking to Madden, so it was fun to just kind of throw another hat in the ring there and compete for something else and try to bring home my state title for my school. When I first started, it was in the middle of football season, so we played on Thursdays, and I had walkthrough on Thursdays for our football games on Friday. And it was just fun being able to go into football practice, because I'd be about 10-15 minutes late during our walkthrough, go into football practice, and everybody would kind of give me a round of applause and shout me out there as I walked in. That was kind of fun and put a smile on my face, and you know, it was fun.
Esports really brings out school pride, and sometimes in a group that may or may not have that. It gives a special entry point for a lot of kids, and I love the aspect of that. Although I'm big into live sports per se, I am also a big gamer myself, and I really have a great time with friends and things playing video games, and so I love the atmosphere that the esports world creates for our students. This was way more than I expected, to be honest with you. So I just come in here and play some Madden and go home, but Clark had to put some pressure on us and get down in the fourth quarter in all 4 games today, and I was glad to see him pull through.
Competing against an opponent in person is a lot different than it was just playing, but not knowing who they were. I kind of got to know the guy that I played in the state championship right there beforehand. He was a really nice guy. He was a good dude. He was funny. He had some good jokes, but it was different playing against somebody that you actually knew, that you could actually see, than it is playing somebody else. Being up here, I mean, it's certainly a big pressure thing. You get up here and you kind of your palms get sweaty and your heart rate starts getting faster, but it's a big moment, and I'm just happy to be here and glad it went the way it went.